Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of TV Bites. I'm Shannon Knapp, and today we're going to make a microwavable Oreo cake. The ingredients we're going to need are Oreos, baking soda, milk, and our decorations. We're going to begin by cutting out a square of parchment paper to put on the bottom of our microwavable pan. If you don't have parchment paper, that's alright. You can just grease the pan instead. Either way, this is to help make sure that the cake does not stick to the sides and bottom of the pan when you finish. Next, grab Oreos in a Ziploc bag. We're going to separate the Oreo cookie from the frosting. To keep the Ziploc bag standing, I would flatten out the bottom and fold over the top so it doesn't cave in on itself. For all 28 Oreos the recipe calls for, you're going to place the separated cookies into the Ziploc bag and scrape the frosting off onto a plate to save for later. For those who don't know, the best way to separate an Oreo cookie from the frosting is to twist it. Now we set the frosting aside and close the Ziploc bag. Make sure to squeeze all the air out so you don't pop it. Why would it pop, you might ask? It's because we're crushing the Oreos. I'm using my hands for this process, but you could also use another tool like a rolling pin. The Oreos don't have to be a completely fine powder, but you don't want any chunks bigger than your fingernail. Now let's grab a bowl and whisk. We're going to combine our ingredients. We'll start with the dry ones, the crushed up Oreos, and a teaspoon of baking soda. The baking soda is the most important part because it's the component that will make the Oreos rise into a cake. Now we'll add our wet ingredients. We've got a cup of milk and the Oreo frosting that we set aside earlier. Now it's time to whisk. Make sure you mix this up very well. You don't want to see any remaining Oreo frosting residue. Then add your batter into the pan. Pro tip, do not use a whisk to scrape out a bowl. Use a rubber scraper instead. It'll make the process much easier. Let's head over to the microwave. Put this in for 6 minutes. When checking to see if the cake is done, I would stick a toothpick or a fork into the middle. If the fork or the toothpick comes out with batter on it, that means that the cake is undercooked. You should put it back in for a minute or two. Once your cake is finished and has cooled, you can frost it. I'm using chocolate frosting because that's what I had in my fridge, but I have a strong suspicion that vanilla frosting might even taste better. If you try it, let me know. When you're done, it's time to decorate it with any sprinkles or candy you might have on hand. Since it's Valentine's Day, I made a heart out of Valentine's M&Ms. And there you have it, a quick and easy treat to make for or with your Valentine this Valentine's Day. I'm Shannon, and this has been this week's edition of TV Bites. See you guys next time.